The wait is over. But first, we found an El Camino hidden in the back of this barn for the last 25 years, with only one owner, left abandoned to become a filthy time capsule. And after many, many surprises all over while detailing it back to new, we brought the guys from Power and Performance to try and get it to turn over and run.
Whoa, oh, you're on fire, bro.
All before a super emotional final reveal to the family.
Oh man, you gotta get me teared up. Oh boy.
Ooh.
You're not even gonna help me? There you go, thank you.
You didn't have breakfast.
Sheesh.
Dude.
Wow.
Okay.
Alright, this is well worth the trip. We've never done one of these ever on the channel before.
Dude, what a nice El Camino.
I didn't realize that these were G-bodies as well. It looks just like Denise's G-body Monte Carlo.
The Monte Carlo.
Or at least, you know,
The
before it
front's a
becomes...
little different, but yeah, you could tell it's like from the same family. Oh, I love it. They should have never stopped making cars into trucks. This is beautiful.
This thing is sweet, and it is, it's buried. This is the second car in a row we found with tires that are buried into, in this case, it's gravel. Gravel and dirt.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's way down there.
Yeah. This is actually going to be a little bit more difficult of a recovery than I anticipated.
How actually functional do you think this bed in a normal car like this was?
Dude,
I mean,
if you just need to throw some wood or get some mulch or whatever, great. Like
I wouldn't put 10 yards of gravel in there, but
no,
you know,
nobody's doing that.
Of course
you know?
not.
Like,
I want to take a look inside too.
dude, those seats look so comfy.
Shagadelic.
Are they red?
These are really cool.
Hold
they
on.
are red. Look at the bolsters. All right, we have to leave this for Mike's interior talking time. This thing's rad. But before we can start the recovery process, we probably should go get the owner and get some info on it. We're here with the owner, Michael. He's the owner of the El Camino, and he actually flew in from North Carolina, right?
That's correct.
All the way back to Kentucky. This is where you're from initially?
Born and raised.
And you did all that just for us to drag this out of the barn today?
Wouldn't want it in better hands. So
Oh man, that's a very nice compliment.
Have to fly back to see if we can get this thing looking good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the goal. So you actually contacted us on Instagram where you told us about this car and a little bit of why it's so sentimental to not only you, but your family. Whose was it and how did it get into this barn?
Yeah, so my grandpa had El Caminos for a long time, and this was the last one he had, and it was supposed to be my first car. I told him back in the day, I said, hey, Papaw, I'm gonna paint this thing taxi cab yellow. And he was not too fond of that. So I didn't get it as my first car, but he kept it here in the barn, and sadly he passed away about 2 years ago. December's 2 years. So it's time to get it back on the road, get my son in the car, just like I rode around with him when I was a little rugrat. So
A single owner is only him that owned it, and then obviously he's first owner, first generation I guess with the car, and then your father I'm sure was in the car with him as well, so second
Correct.
generation. Your third generation, you remember being in the car as his grandchild, being driven around, and now you want to drive your own kids, the fourth generation, in the same El Camino, which is amazing. From talking to your family, it seems like your grandpa was a very special person and he made a big influence on your family, and you guys continue to be influenced by him.
Oh, absolutely. And I remember, shoot man, it's been probably 10, 15 years ago, we were up here one day and he said, let's see if we can get this thing to turn on. So we came up here and tinkered with it, and all of a sudden it turned over, and it's like,
Wow.
really just impressed with my grandma. Like, how do you know how to do that? But he was always a guy who just knew how to do everything, it felt like. So excited to really get this thing back to being on the road again one day.
But we have the biggest reveal in WD history as well. This is gonna be, I already know it, one of our best videos that we've ever put out. So do not go anywhere, please. Stay tuned. We found a great car, great people. We're gonna go get some hot browns. That's what they're called?
That's right.
Yeah, we're gonna try, I guess, a Kentucky delicacy. So we're gonna drive into Louisville right after this. But this whole time, I've been trying to keep my focus because I found two things. I saw this. I didn't even show Brent yet. No, it's empty. Look at this.
I
The turtle shell.
I thought turtles don't leave their shell.
Well, I think he's unfortunately been gone for quite a while, Brent. And so I looked over and saw that, and then right after I did that, I found this. Brent didn't even see that either. So if this is an indication of what we're gonna find in this El Camino, I'm super excited. So, all right, Michael, we found something already that we've never found when recovering a car. What do you think it is?
Never found.
You'll never guess, never mind. Are you ready? Hang on. Don't look.
What? What the
Isn't that sweet?
Dude, that's so sick.
And then you walked over this twice.
Walked over it? Was it down here?
It was right here.
It blended in, dude. I can see it. Oh my god. I've never seen a shell without the turtle,
Dude.
before.
All right, now it's time to get the El Camino out of here. But me and Mike are busy arguing about a bet that he won't take we had found, not only did we find this raccoon head and the turtle shell, but then there's this, looks like a chicken leg maybe? Or
That's definitely not a chicken, dude.
no, that's not a chicken actually. I don't know what that is. I probably shouldn't be touching it really. I wanted to bet Mike that there might be a dead animal underneath the car, and he won't take the bet. He thinks I'm cheating.
I've been outside. He's been in here. I bet you he knows exactly what's under this car. What's the bet that you want to make?
Pay for the hot browns. The loser pays for the hot browns. It's a very simple bet.
Loser pays for the hot browns.
Yeah, I've lost every single bet. Can I maybe win one? I've never won one. And the one that I might win,
How is he so
won-
confident he's
won.
about to win this one?
I
Huh?
said maybe.
I don't know.
Take the
what's
bet.
under there.
Fine, I'll take the bet.
Is it in neutral?
It is.
You're
There
right,
we
it
go.
is. Yep.
All right, it just freed up. Listen, I didn't look under the car, Mike. He's still so upset.
He hooked up the car to with the winch.
The wheel was flat. I couldn't even see. Can't wait to see this thing all cleaned up and what dead animals are underneath it.
Okay.
All right. Moment of truth. Moment of truth.
I didn't look, I swear.
What's under here?
Anything? I think Mike won.
No.
Mike, you won again.
Dude.
You didn't wanna
Is it
take
true?
and you
Is
won.
it true? Dude.
I saw all the holes around here. I thought there was some creature that had to have been living under there. There's no way. There's a bone count if I find one bone?
I'm undefeated. Dang. Looks like it's coming out the joint account.
Don't forget, we're just doing this so we can fatten him up.
Oh, I did forget that.
What the heck? You guys are rude. Get out of here.
No, Mike,
No, this
come
is-
back here right now. Mike, go in. You have gloves on. Go into the hole.
I'm not pulling out
Go
whatever's in
into the hole, Mike.
I told you something was gonna be in the
Go
hole.
in the hole.
What's
You
in
have
there?
gloves. Give me the gloves.
Here, you
me
can
the
take
gloves.
this. I'm not getting whatever that is.
Hold this.
Oh no.
Hold this. Dude, you're gonna have to buy the hot browns. No, look, stay up there. Make sure it's dead first.
Might be just hibernating.
Look at that, dude.
Ugh.
What is that?
It's a possum, I think.
No.
Or maybe a raccoon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know what that one
Wow.
is. That's a yucky one, dude.
You thought, dude.
He probably hit it out in there. This guy. Oh, can't trust
Yeah, I
him.
drove down last week and I placed it precariously just so I could win a $9 hot brown from the restaurant we go to.
And now as we pull the El Camino out of the barn, let's see if we could smash a like goal of 30,000 likes on this video. And we're pushing our way to 1.2 million subscribers, so make sure you subscribe to our channel. Lastly, if you have a vehicle that's in this condition that's super dirty and you want us to come detail it absolutely for free, send us an email or a DM on Instagram with photos and the location.
All right, we are back at our shop safe and sound with the El Camino.
But Mike, before we get into the Camino, we have something that we need to do first. For those who haven't seen our last two videos, we have been teasing our new product line, and now it's finally time for the big reveal. Not only are our products inside this box, but another huge surprise. And Mike, I think it's time we show them. And the big surprise is Mr. Jason Kilmer, one of the best auto detailers in the world, and the same man that taught me everything I know about detailing. Jason was the one that taught me how to detail, and now I want him to teach you guys too. And that's why on every bottle of WD Auto Supply products, there is a QR code that you can scan for free training, and it will be linked to videos where Jason himself will show you guys how to use each product. And now it's time for the Sizzler Reel. So if you guys are interested in trying out WD Auto Supply, go to WDAutosupply.com or click the link in the description. The first 200 orders will be getting a free t-shirt or a free hat or a free sticker pack. So act quick because inventory is limited, but we just want to say thank you guys for the opportunity, all the support to do something like this, to bring all of us together. We've been friends for a very long time and you guys are making our dreams come true. So thank you very much. And I guess it's time to get back to the El Camino. All right, now that we're done with the big reveal, it's time to get into the Camino. And the first question, I think, is it a car or is it a truck?
It's a car.
No, it's a truck.
How is it a truck,
I will
RJ?
prove to you why it's a truck. Although this one, I think, is a V6 because it's not the SS.
Oh, so it has a car's motor?
Well, no, there's plenty of trucks that have V6s. Everybody knows this, especially smaller trucks.
On a car's frame?
Colorado's S10s all had 4 cylinders or 6 cylinders. So anyways,
On a
but
G-body
I'm
car
gonna prove
frame?
it right now. It's a coil in the front and it's a leaf spring in the back. What has coils in the front and leaf springs in the back?
A lot of vehicles do, like little cars.
Mainly what cars?
Well, cars back in the day, a lot of cars had leaf springs. The Mustang right over there has leaf springs in the back.
Yeah, but that's old. That's old technology. This is new technology with leaf springs in the rear.
You know, the best part is, I had an argument with him about the Ford Maverick when it just came out, the newer one, and he said that's a car, but now this is a truck.
This is a truck. And further to my point, this is a full-size bed. How big is the Maverick's bed? I think it's 4.5 foot. This is a 6-foot bed.
We don't.
You know what?
You never judge a man
You know
by the
what?
size of his bed. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
No,
you can't do that.
You do, because when I had my Chevy Silverado 1500, it was a 5 3/4 bed. This has a bigger bed by 1/4 foot. Wait, how many inches is that? 3 by 3.
Get out of here. I think we're splitting hairs here. This Camino is super sweet. This is the first one that we've been working on, and I love the design. I really do, because they don't make anything like this anymore. Nothing with such a big bed with a single cab like this. It kind of reminds me of the S10 before they got rid of it.
Yeah, I mean the Hyundai Santa Cruz or the Ford Maverick, which are all trucks.
Which are all 4 doors and have a small bed.
You guys need to let us know in the comments below, is this a car or is it a truck? I think when you title it, it's under utility vehicle, so even the government didn't want to answer that question. So I need you guys to let us know who's right. Me, truck, or Mike, car?
So we're gonna get right into the wheel cleaning, and these things are in rough shape, but I'm so excited to be able to show you guys what we're gonna be using. We'll be using the tire cleaner just on the tire to help remove all the staining and browning on these tires. And then our Purple Rain wheel cleaner we'll be using only on the metal aspects of this wheel. It'll take out all of this little grime that's intertwined into all these spokes. We've worked on wheels similar to this before, and this is actually a lock. I can't just pull these off, so I'm gonna have to go on a hunt really quick and see if I can find this lock. If I can't, we might not be able to get these off the car.
Like Mike just mentioned, we do need this hubcap key to get these off, and I'm really hoping that it's in the glove box here. But I guess while we're in here, we'll take a look and see what we have. We have the original owner's manual, we have the warranty, and that's it. No key. All right. Didn't find the hubcap key. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to do the best we can with the hubcap on the wheel. If we find it later when we're working through the interior, we'll come back and make sure to clean them up. Right after we finish the wheels, we're gonna go ahead and vacuum out and clean the bed. That way, as we pressure wash the rest of the car, it doesn't get nasty. There's a lot of raccoon poop that's back there, and wet raccoon poop smells awful.
All right guys, now it's time to clean this dirty paint, and we're gonna be using a product that we get asked about on almost every single video that we also use in every single video, and that's pre-wash, which every time you guys see Mike pressure washing, he's using it in this big pump sprayer. So we've been asked this question a million times, what do you guys use as a pre-rinse or a pre-wash? This is it, you can finally get it, and it's available, so there you go. All right, Mike, before we film the tailgate, I noticed when we were picking the car up, the back says Conquista. It looks like a G actually, but I'm pretty sure it's not Conquista.
I don't think it's Conquista. I think it's Conquista.
What could that mean?
Okay, I don't know what this means. Please let us know down below if you do know. My best guess, because of this color scheme, is that it might be with the appearance package on this car. It is a very interesting color scheme on here with the burgundy paint and then burgundy interior with silver. So I'm thinking that might be it, but please let me know. I really have no idea.
You actually might be right. It's the same colors as the color scheme.
Unless he put this on here, but I don't think so. I think this is just some niche body design, like color scheme that's on this car, because it is pretty interesting. All right, I have not been in this engine bay yet. I just popped the hood, but this car could be a V6 or a V8. Brent, what do you think it is?
I'm gonna guess a V8. I think Grandpa, he bought a sick car. I think it's a V8.
I'd like to think that, but I'm gonna go V6. I really think there's a V6 in here. I think they were just massively produced. I think it's a V6, but what the heck? I can't even tell. 350?
No, do you see it?
What the heck? Oh, is this another snake skin? How did we never find these ever before, and now they're like everywhere? Well, we were in Kentucky. Does Kentucky have snakes?
I think every state does.
Well, I didn't know if there were like more snakes there or not. It's a 350 in here. What? I did not see that coming. We gotta break out the vacuum though. This time seems like there was a little guy's nest over here. Oh, that possum. The possum that was under the car, not only did it nest down there, but this is definitely where he hung out. This thing's got a 350 in it? Well, how does this thing have a 350 in it? So
Is that not common for these?
I knew that these cars came with a V6, a 305 V8, and then a 350, but I thought the 350 just came in the SS model. I don't know if this is something special, something I don't know about. Maybe that sticker on the back actually means something, because I don't know why they'd have the big motor in this car. But that's a big motor for this car. It's a 5.7 liter V8.
So how much horsepower do you think it makes?
I think this made like 200 something horsepower. This had more horsepower than the Monte Carlo SS if it's a 350.
I guess that means we have to call Power and Performance and have them come at the end of the video.
Yeah, we definitely have to have them check this thing out. This thing's cool. I mean, hopefully they'll be able to educate me on it a little bit, because this is definitely one of the coolest cars I think we worked on in a while. First things first, for this engine bay, I gotta vacuum out this guy's old nest, and then after that, we are going to use our degreaser, citrus degreaser, to spray down this engine and get as much grease and grime off of here as possible so we can get Power Performance in to check this motor out. Yep, wow, that is on there. Yeah, it's on here pretty good. This is not my first choice of tool, Brent. I've never found one of these that was hard to do like this. Here I go. Not too bad. A little gummy, but not that bad. 2-barrel.
Should we spray WD on?
No, this thing's moving actually really good. Like, surprisingly well. All right, let me get this covered up and let's start getting this engine bay washed up. All right, guys, I'm gonna run through how I use this citrus degreaser to clean this engine bay. And your engine bay doesn't have to be this messy to be cleaned up at home with this product. It does work on real greasy engine bays, but also it's safe on newer engine bays as well. First, I'm going to spray this engine bay down. Then I'm going to spray it down with the degreaser. Spray it down with the water first, then with the degreaser. And I'm gonna let this dwell for just a couple minutes, brush it up, and then spray it on off and dry it down.
All right, so now we're gonna do some foaming. All right, now it's time to wash the car, and we have our cherry suds. It smells absolutely amazing. Obviously, I can't show you what that's like. You're gonna have to find out for yourselves. There's really not much more to say to that than filling up our foam cannon and getting to work. What do you think of that? Is that good? Stop filming me, Mike.
So when you drive your vehicle, your paint picks up little pieces of iron particulate that get lodged into the clear coat that you have to remove before sealing it, waxing it, or coating it, and that's where iron remover comes in handy. Our product's called Iron Kryptonite. Usually iron remover smells really bad, like rotten eggs, but we have figured out a way to make this smell pretty pleasant. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that this is the best smelling iron remover I have ever used. And the best part of it is, it's our iron remover. So what I like to do is I like to spray the iron, let it sit, let it start to break down the particulate in the paint, and then I use a clay mitt, which is synthetic clay, and then I kind of work the iron remover into the paint. Some people don't like to do this because they say that it scratches the paint, but I'm gonna be polishing this car anyways. Like for example, with my own personal car, I just spray down and rinse it off. On cars like these that I'm gonna be polishing, I use a clay mitt to really agitate it and break down that iron deposit. So we'll go ahead and do the whole entire car like that and rinse it away.
Onto the interior of this El Camino. Now, obviously, the biggest and most crazy thing about this car is the paint match exterior to the interior. Everything in here is burgundy. The dashboard, the dashboard, the steering wheel, the seats, the floor, the door panels, the ceiling that's falling down. Literally every single piece of this car is burgundy, which if you love burgundy like Brent does, then then you would love the interior of this car. It doesn't make sense for today, but back then, I think this is such a cool car. I mean, I want you to think about this. This thing has a 350 V8 in it. It's got a bed back there, so it has absolutely no weight in the back, and it's rear-wheel drive. So you can imagine how much fun you could have in this car back in that time. Another interesting thing about this car is that it's one of the first ones, I know a lot of people have seen us do low mileage cars that have had rolled over speedometers. This is the first one that actually 100% does. And I know that because there's oil change indicator up here. Somebody put a little change next at 94,000 miles. But as Brent will zoom in for you guys so you can see this car says that it only has 1,300 miles. So really this has 101,000 miles on it, which isn't really that much, to be honest. It's only 100,000 miles. I mean, my car has 226,000 miles, so that's not too bad. Other than that, this car is ransacked by mice. This thing is in rough shape. It is very stinky, and it's gonna need a lot of love. The first thing that I'm gonna do to this thing though is get the seats out, and right after that, we have to address this headliner that is falling down. We'll get to the explanation of that right before I do it. I'm just gonna try to save as much of it as I possibly can. Okay, now with the seats out, I have discovered something that I did not know about El Caminos. This is another storage area, so we don't have just the glove box. And I have an idea that there's some stuff back here, so I brought a flashlight. I wanted Brent just to get it on camera, whatever's back here. And I think there's buttons up top here. I unclicked one and like Velcro that holds this on. So I'm gonna try to unclip it all so we can see what we're gonna find. I don't know if you can grab that last one, Brent. Hey, they do have a spare tire. We have more snakeskin, little remnants of a nest. We're gonna have to pull him out and get this all cleaned up. I had no idea there was this much space back here. I do like how creative GM was with this. They just literally made a seatbelt to hold down the wheel. Well, that's pretty neat. And then I think you just pull it out. Yep, there's definitely, I knew there was a mouse house in here somewhere. You know, this would suck if you had to take this out with the seat in the car. Look at that.
Oh my God.
I knew it. Well, let's get this all cleaned up out of here.
I don't think I could take it apart. It is just one huge clump.
Okay, now we're gonna get to the headliner. This needs to come down. It's laying on my head. I can't clean this car like that. So it's actually super easy on these El Caminos. All I have to do is remove the two sun visors. Then basically all the fabric will essentially come down, going around that light back there. And then after that, I have to scrape the foam that was essentially holding this fabric up off, or else it'll just keep falling on this interior and falling, and it'll look terrible forever. We're gonna get that done now. You'll see what I'm talking about as soon as I get this fabric out of the way.
And we decided to just take this piece of carpeting out of the car because from the angle it was sitting, it would be almost impossible to clean it, and it was just full of rat droppings. So the smartest thing to do was just remove it.
For the interior, we're going to use our interior cleaner that is safe for everything but genuine leather and LCD screens. And we had this formulated so not only does it smell good while you're using it, and not only does it lift dirt up and out of the substrates like vinyl or plastic, but it foams up really nicely when you're using it to make sure that you know that it's working. After you wipe it away, it leaves a matte finish once it dries. And my favorite part about it is you don't smell any of the caustic cleaners after you're done detailing your car. We used to use a cleaner that after you would use it and the car would dry and you'd be done with the detail, you'd get in and it would smell like chemicals, and this does not.
Now for the carpets, I mentioned this in the last video, we're testing out a carpet soap that does a really good job of removing odors and stains while making your car smell fresh again. But before we put a carpet soap on our product line, we want to make sure we test extensively.
Now it's time to polish the El Camino, and this is my favorite paint to work with. It's single stage lacquer, which means that it's very soft, it's very easy to remove all this oxidation and staining. So all I'm gonna do is hit it with a foam pad with a light polish. We're gonna lift all that oxidation up. We're gonna see the nice maroon color underneath.
Now for the chrome, we're going to start with the badging, and I got a bit intricate with this, so I'm going to use some steel wool and metal polish. And whenever we're doing metal polishing and you see us using a spray bottle, that's just isopropyl alcohol, and I was taught that by Jason Kilmer. When you use isopropyl alcohol on metal polish, it helps break it down and take it off the surface of the metal. So you're basically using it to clean the residue away. But with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and do all the chrome on this car, and there is a lot.
Now that the El Camino is all finished, we're gonna bring in the power and performance guys to get it running, hopefully.
Did you say running?
We said running.
That's what I've been doing.
I know, we failed the last couple times, but I think we might have a chance this time. So
Let's get it running.
yes, sir. First impressions, though.
I love it. G-body, baby. Yeah, big fan.
This thing's cool. I have worked on one of these. My dad actually has one of these. We picked it up a few years ago, doing a bunch of custom stuff to it, an LS swap. So I'm pretty familiar with these G-body El Caminos.
The question is it a car or a truck?
It's a
It's better.
trar.
It's an El Camino.
Dang, that was the best answer we heard yet.
Is that the ad campaign that they ran with?
Maybe.
Yeah, I
They
don't know.
should have.
They should have. Unfortunately, these don't exist anymore. But Utes are pretty popular. A lot of people do Ute conversions where they take a coupe and put a truck bed
You know
on
what I saw the other day was a new Dodge Charger.
Ute, that's a very
Yeah.
popular Ute
Yeah.
conversion car. They're very cool. Not quite as cool as this, but yeah, this is excellent.
I will say this car looked way more of a gray color in the pictures they had shown me when it was all dirty. I didn't even realize it was maroon. It looked so much grayer.
First of all, are you guys surprised that there's a 350 in here?
It looks like it's been changed at some point. These things came with a variety of engines ranging from 260-ish cubic inch, smaller V8, up to...
Well, they had the 4.4 V8. They had a couple 6-cylinders, right? They had a diesel 5.7. They had a 305, and they had this. But we could probably look at the option codes and see what it came with from the factory.
Well, we're gonna check over some fluids first. See if she's got oil. It does. That's a good sign. Transmission. Make sure there's something in there. Yep, we got fluid there. That's good. Looks like there's some vacuum lines that might be open here, but we're just trying to get it running. Not too concerned about that. Now, if we were gonna get it running for the long term, then that's a different story.
So according to the option codes in the glove box, this was a 305 car. It had an LG4 in it from the factory. So somebody did swap the 350 into it.
It'll be a little easier for me to tell if it turns out from underneath because I can't quite get my arms down in there, but I got a wrench on it. Well, I'm gonna try to turn it over. Ugh. Ugh. It's not wanting to budge.
We need a breaker bar.
Well, that's not a good sign.
This smells like a one-of-a-kind, custom bottled cleaning supplier, maybe two, or maybe even more than that in here. It smells good. Engine's locked up. Well, Adam hasn't been working out a lot lately, and he's been eating too many sweets, and he couldn't get the engine turned over. We're gonna try and bump it. We'll see what happens. We got power going to it. I'm gonna hit the key. We'll see what happens.
Oh my God.
Okay.
That's good.
That's a
Turned
good
over.
sign. Yeah.
Adam, hit the gym.
She's freed up. Maybe you helped it loosen up a little bit.
I gave it good, you know.
It does say service engine soon.
They all say that.
Do they? Okay.
It's a Chevy.
Ready?
1 second. Okay, wait, before you do that.
Did you see all the crap that went in my face?
All right, Tim.
Let's go. Okay.
Look at that.
Okay, it wants to run. Oh, tell me to fasten my seatbelt.
Okay.
Oh yeah!
All right, so we're gonna pull the line off of the bottom of the fuel pump and see if there's actually fluid there. These old lines do not really want to cooperate all the time. Oh, nope. I had a couple little drips of fuel, but there's really nothing coming out of the line from the tank. So we could go back and see what we have in the tank and go from there. And back here, if you can hear that, sounds pretty empty to me. So that gas gauge is lying to us.
So we got gas.
Again. Again.
There it is. Yo!
This lever here is actually the accelerator pump. So when you actuate the throttle, it pushes that and it pumps extra fuel into the carb, and that's what keeps it from stumbling. This is your choke. So when the choke's closed, it prevents air from going in and helps it suck more fuel. So you can play with that, and then just working it will get more fuel in there, so it hopefully runs a little bit longer.
Whoa! Oh, you're on fire, bro!
He is on fire.
Get the extinguisher.
I think you'll be able to take it to Michael. You'll be able to hit the key, and maybe with a little bit of starting fluid, you'll be able to get to start and run for the 20 seconds that we've gotten it to.
Well, the cool thing is, one of Michael's memories is actually going out to the barn where this initially sat with his grandpa, and them doing something very similar to what we're doing right now. So I think that would probably be the mission, is to maybe recreate a similar memory that he has with his late grandfather. All right, well anyways, thank you guys so much for coming out. And did you get that on camera? Did you see that awful handshake? Can we replay it right now
Why
again?
is your thumb so high?
We get to go back to Michael with some information about his car and let him know what he needs to fix to get it back on the road, because that is his mission. But we have to be up at 5 a.m. to drive back to Kentucky. We have to
All right, so anyway, make sure you subscribe to Cleveland Power Performance YouTube. We are so close to 25,000 subscribers. Let's get there. I know we can do it. WD family, Cleveland Power Performance family.
Subscribe, follow, share, like.
Keep this
See us some more.
We're all the way back in Kentucky. The El Camino's right outside this garage, and this is the family of the original owner, from his children to his grandchildren and his great-grandchildren. And they have been waiting patiently for this door to open, so we're not going to waste any more time. Like, open the door.
Here we go.
Are you guys ready?
Go. You ready?
He'd be so proud. He'd be so excited.
Oh man, you guys are getting me teared up. Oh boy.
He'd be so excited.
Well, should we take a look?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh man, you guys got me good.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, he would be so excited to see this with me.
It's
Is
unbelievable.
this how you remember it looking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is wild.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
it came out pretty good. So
Raccoon prints.
we had to polish those away. So the bed cleaned up really well. The
at
paint,
that.
obviously, it has its patina, but it means something on this
Golly.
car in particular.
This is nuts.
Go ahead, open the door and smell the interior.
Does it still smell like the rats?
We'll tell you about it.
Look at that.
The interior did clean up pretty good,
Gosh.
and it smells much, much better now.
Let's look at this, Leela. Look.
So this is the first time that one of the greats have ever been in the car, huh?
That's right.
Man, that's awesome.
Nico, come sit. Look at that, buddy. Is this cool? Look. Look at that.
Hey, look at that.
Whoa, dude.
We did attempt to get it started, and we weren't able to make it drive. But we did get something that happened. We figured maybe we can recreate a memory from back in the day with your grandfather.
Yes.
I have some starting fluid. She won't stay idling, but at least you can hear her.
There we go.
All right, let's do it. Send it. One more time. So it's not as much as we'd hoped, but you know, I remember you saying that you and your grandfather.
Oh, you do like it.
Well, I guess it's a good time to say thank you so much,
No,
Michael.
thank
This was a fantastic car. Your grandfather sounds like a fantastic individual,
Yeah.
and to do this in his memory and pay him this respect was a pleasure of ours. And
Absolutely.
we thank you very much for it.
Yeah, a week from today will be 2 years since he passed. And tell the stories of my mom, my aunt, my brothers, Philip and little George, my cousins. And it allows the legend to never die.
I was told a long time ago that you die twice in life. Once is when your body passes away, and then once when your name is last spoken. And it sounds like your grandfather has a lot more living to do.
Absolutely.
So
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
guys.
And thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out WD Auto Supply. We actually have a care package for you that we're going to send you. I know you couldn't take it back on the plane, so we didn't bring it today. We're going to be sending out our full line of car care, so you can keep this looking good at all the car shows. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
And again, thank you all for watching. Go to WDAutosupply.com if you'd like to try our products. And thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more like this, hit subscribe. We'll see you next week.